Hello, guys. Dominic here from Germany, and hey, Andy. Hi, Jess. How are you?
Good. Shocked, but good.
I'm shocked as well. Like this is my resting biatch face. Honestly, it's.
I don't think we were gonna not be shocked tonight. It was such a tight semi, and we knew there were going to be a couple of shock non-qualifiers and maybe a couple of shock qualifiers. But wow, we're here live in Basel. We're going to be giving you our reaction here. Dom has been watching at home, and I don't know where Samuele is or Ibrahim, but they're also going to be joining to give their reaction. They've been watching from home tonight. Guys, if you want to take part in the live chat, we would love to hear what you think. So please subscribe so that you can join us in the live chat and chat with the guys here. Let's talk about these shock results, guys. It's been crazy tonight.
Definitely. So let's say hello to Vincent. Hello. Also, hi, Justin. You see nerd. Hola, mi bebe.
Hola, mi bebe.
And then we've got Vincent, who's already like shocked. What the heck happened to Belgium? We will talk about that very soon. That was also one of my favorites. So here we are. Ray Bailey is not happy also because of Belgium. And Parag I can't pronounce that. Shocked and delighted that Portugal made it through. That was really a big surprise. King is happy about Ukraine. Nice to see you here as well. Hello. Hi to Lucas. Hi. Yeah, so let's start with the first qualifier, shall we? So actually, I wrote down like every combination they had, and then the qualifier. So out of the first one, they had Estonia, Iceland, and Norway made it through. So first reaction, Alexandra.
Like a ghost.
Don't follow the light, Jess. Don't do it.
Andy was trying to light me up. Sorry, what did you say, Dom?
So the first qualifier who had been announced was Norway. What was your reaction to that?
For me, it was very much expected. It's a solid pop song. Kyle performs it very well on stage. I think it came across well on TV as well. So not surprised at all that it qualified. As expected, I would say.
Yes. But the thing is about expecting, I was expecting other countries to qualify, and here we are. So don't use that word too often, honestly. I loved it. It's so catchy, and it's nice. He still is not the best dancer, I would say. The dance break is a bit stiff, I think.
Okay.
But overall, the deliverance was nice. The staging, I really liked that. So I'm very, very happy for Norway. Before we move on, hi, James. Nice to see you. Hello, Mark. Hello, Frank. It was a beautiful show for sure. Maybe just a quick shout out to the hosts. I really love them. Hazel Brugger is a very famous comedian, also working a lot in Germany, and Sandra Shkodra. I think she did a very nice job as well. So I'm very hyped right now about the following shows. It's really, really amazing. Yeah, it was really amazing. So the second qualifier out of Ukraine, Albania, and Poland has been Albania. So what did you think about that?
Oh my god. I mean, again, not unexpected at all. I think everyone expected Albania to qualify, me included. The staging for this is just incredible. The colors, the props they have. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a dark horse to do very well this year. I'm telling you, so good.
It was one of the fan favorites, and I think in this app, like this My Eurovision scoreboard, whatever app, it's like in the top 5 or something, and usually Albania is always at the bottom. So that's a big thing for them. And I'm really, really happy for them because it wasn't just the fan bubble thing. It actually is qualifying. So very happy.
Yeah.
I think she was slaying though. He was a bit stiff, but maybe that was the nice part of it, the contrast of her being like that and he being like him. Hi Samuele, how are you? Yes, you're on.
I cannot hear you guys, just 1 second.
Okay, don't worry. Okay. So I'm very happy about Albania and fingers crossed about them. Third finalist. Between Belgium, Cyprus, and Sweden, it was shocker. Sweden. One of the favorites to win this. Yeah, what a shocker. But I mean, it was so obvious. So I'm very happy that they made it as a third qualifier. So it was like, okay, the obvious one is out of the way. I really liked the performance. It was slick, but it's Sweden. So you're expecting that. And did it give you winner vibes, though? Because it is one of the contenders to win Eurovision.
Yeah, 100%. I still think Sweden's a potential Eurovision winner.
Why?
Because the song is so fun. It's like, it's happy, it's upbeat, it's up tempo. Like the whole performance just like draws you in. It's a catchy song. I could easily see this winning this year.
Okay. Samuel, can you listen to us now?
Yes, I can.
So what's your opinion on Sweden?
I think that Sweden has this thing of actually reproposing every single time the same structure and performance that they do in the Melodifestivalen, and I don't see anything wrong in that particularly. But for us Eurovision fans and people that cover the Eurovision Song Contest, it's just, I already saw it. I can understand that for locals, and like locals are the majority of the people watching the Eurovision, it's something new and completely new. But I just think that Sweden can reinvent themselves. They did it in the past, and I don't see why they should reuse a format that they already use in Melodifestivalen. And I get, if something works, do not change it. But I think that all the times when Sweden translates completely the performance from the Melodifestivalen into the Eurovision stage, something like lacks. Like there is not the performance is never the same, or at least like the energy and the production are a little bit different, and something is off. That's what I saw tonight. Of course, it's still great. Barabastu is not my favorite Eurovision entry this year. I see the potential, I see why people like it, but I preferred it in the Melodifestivalen. I didn't see the same energy, even if I see it as a contender. I see it as a contender for the win, in my opinion. But it's just purely me, just because I don't really like this kind of entries usually. But this one is an outlier for me. Like, I like it, but do I want to see it as winning? No. Why not? First of all, because it's Sweden, so I would like to have another country to win. No hate towards Sweden whatsoever. But I mean, I would like to see another country, maybe a new country to win this year, or at least a country that didn't win for a long time. And also because, it's not my favorite. Hi, Ibrahim.
Hi guys.
It's not my favorite. Like, I have other performances in the lineup that I think they are better candidates to win. That said, is its first song in Swedish since a long time, so it's
I'm just
perfect.
gonna go away for a few minutes and I'll be back.
All right.
Don't worry, take your time.
So I'm just saying that if it wins, is it a deserved winner? For me personally, no. But I can see how many people are like engaged with this entry.
You speak of Sweden, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Sweden. But I like its qualification was deserved, of course.
Yeah.
I can see a top 5, maybe a win. Yes, of course. But I would be proud if it was for me, and if I was a Swedish guy, I would be proud with the top 5 nonetheless, because first of all, Sweden. So of course it will gonna hand up well. But and second of all, it's the first entry in ages that it's sung in Swedish. So it's really, really, really representative of what Sweden can offer. That is different from anything that Sweden sent in the last 10 years. So it's already a plus. I'm just a little bit let down with the thing that the SVT and in general Sweden Eurovision is actually doing the same packaging that they did for Melodifestivalen, and without changing much.
Yeah.
And that's
Yes,
it. The only thing
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, like, we are Eurovision hardcore fans, and we usually notice that.
Of course.
The ordinary viewers don't notice that, and they have seen it.
I
for
know.
a very long time.
Yeah.
That's
But
the only thing that I can say. You
Yeah.
know,
I had
When
like
something-
a lot of normal people like texting me, like just Swiss people that are like watching the show, and they were all like a little bit with me, at least with the private people I know, like, oh, Sweden, like, yeah, it's deserved, but they were not convinced about the winning odds actually. So I don't know
I don't think
myself.
Sweden should win. I don't think
No,
Sweden should win.
I'm actually very unsure, especially because of the juries. I think that the juries in Melody Festival are just not transposed to this ESC. That we should be like careful maybe about that. That's an idea.
I mean, the thing is that I'm not a Swedish hater.
No,
First of
me
all, I want to
neither.
say
I
this.
love
I mean, I love
Barabarabastu. I
Sweden. Like
love the song.
everybody loves Sweden in the contest. But I think that this time they took a huge risk, and this night, like I was rooting. Like I have to say, like this year Mello, I watched it, I followed it. It
Yeah, I
was okay. It
remember.
was not the best Mello ever. I think it was
No,
really flat in general. So for me, it was between Barabarabastu and Revolution the same. I had some other songs that I liked that I knew that it was between them.
yeah,
I liked Clara. I liked many other songs. But for me, Sweden is constantly doing the same stuff every single year. So just taking the concept from Melody Festival and putting it in Eurovision. And of course, it works because locals do not know the performance in
exactly.
Melody Festival. And of course, it is okay. But I
Hmm.
think that also for the locals is noticeable that something is like it's 99% good, but that is the 1% that
Yeah,
is something's off, you know. I think it is the energy that lacks, because the performance is so well staged and so precise that it lacks a little bit of energy and authenticity that this kind of song I think should need, because this is a
yeah.
song, it's a fun song, it's a song that reflects cultural
It's a
cultural
people
stuff and
song,
cultural ideas.
Samuel. It's a people song. Like it's a
Yeah.
typical people song. I do believe.
There was something wrong with the sound tonight, as with this version of Bara Bara Bastu was way better. I didn't hear it. I was on my television. It was okay for me. The thing is that
Okay.
also with Loreen happened the same. Loreen won, of course, but it didn't win the televote. So Loreen, same thing. Translated from the Melody Festival and to the Eurovision stage was completely something else. Of course, it was technical problems because you could not hang things from the ceiling uh, in Liverpool. Also, what was last year, Sweden?
The
Also,
twins,
yeah, the Marcus and
Marcus.
Martino's same concept. It was slick, completely slick, but it was SVT production that year. So, do you know what I mean? I think that something is always lacking with Sweden when it comes to the Eurovision stage, because they translate something as they did in Melody Festival, but on a different stage, maybe with
Hmm.
a slightly different production.
They never
So
innovate. That's really an issue for me, for example. That's my only concern with Sweden. Otherwise, like I love that they went for something in Swedish and I mean the boys are Finnish. I mean the entire storytelling behind it's fun, it's quirky, like it's very televote baity, of course, as piece, you know. And it's true, like I remember as well, it's when we were in the arena yesterday, like the performance in itself, like it's a little bit more grand, honestly, than on TV. So I was like there is like a dichotomy between like what you see on the TV and what you see on stage. So yeah, but like everybody around me was like not like, you know, it was not like exploding like it usually is when there is a Eurovision winner. But I don't know, maybe people are yet
of
sleepy
course, of
or
course,
tired or so.
I
Yeah,
was saying
maybe
that
this.
comment saying if something is not broken, do not fix it. Of course, we're not
Exactly.
saying
But
that.
I would
Of
love
course,
them to like take, as you said, like their what they're staging there and like just do something new, right? You know?
I
So
mean,
yeah.
the problem with Sweden for me is that they won so many times and they are constantly top 10 or top 5
But they
that
deserve it as well.
no,
Like
of course
that's
they deserve it,
annoying.
but since you are the Eurovision powerhouse, because Sweden is the Eurovision powerhouse, take some
Yeah.
risks. If you flop, don't do not care about that.
I
At
think for
least
them, it's
take
already
some
taking
risks.
risks being the first song in Swedish. I think that's already a big step for
That
them.
and this is already one
That's an
step
excellent
further.
step.
That's already
Yes.
one step further. But since you have such a high risk entry that can engage so many people, and it's such a different song from Swedish, just give it a round up and change it completely. That is the only
Yeah,
thing that I have a problem with Sweden in Eurovision, that they always stick
exactly.
to a kind of concept and they always go like that. Of course, the results come, but it's never like for many years, for example, up to Lorene's win, Sweden was like there, like, okay, it's really,
Hmm.
really good, but there is that tiny little bit that we need more, you know?
Hmm.
From 2000, from Mans win to Lorene's win, there was that streak in those years. It was almost there, but not quite, you know. So I think that this kind of pattern is reproposing here. Of course, this year is a different story. They are taking a huge risk with a song in Swedish. Also, with a song that is televote friendly rather than a jury friendly song, that is usually the case with Sweden. I'm just saying that. The televote is a split this year. I think we're getting another jury winner. I have to say something about that. If you guys have like, because I was thinking today, or at least yesterday after because everything was leaked on Twitter. I didn't see anything because I didn't want to spoil, but pretty much I saw something because when you scroll around Twitter, you see. I
Yeah,
saw some parts of of the Swiss entry. Also this night I saw it in full, and I think that Switzerland is already in the final. France is already in the final. Austria is going to pass through the final. Of course, it's going to pass. So we already have three
absolutely.
songs that can appeal to the jury. First of all, we also have, I would put in that compartment also Italy, even if it's not that case, like it's
I
not that
agree.
strong.
I agree, Samuel. Like
Um,
Italy will be loved by the jury. I do
So
believe
I
that.
put a lot of people like we have. I think this year is more open than any other year, or
Yeah,
at least that more open than last year or the day or the other year before. Last year was already open because you
yeah.
had Croatia, you had Switzerland, you
For
had
me,
a
it
lot of
was not that
entries.
open last year. Like I
But
was more certain.
this year is super open
I
until
would like to
now.
comment on
So.
this. Like Rich is saying, usually, like it's good for the televote, and Sweden usually is lacking at the televote
Yeah,
department.
yeah, yeah. But I
But
think we're
it's
getting
always
another
good at
jury winner.
jury, and I think it's
Yeah, yeah,
going to
yeah.
be
Rich is
different this
saying, I think
time.
we're getting another jury winner because in 2023 and 2024, we had the jury winner as overall winner. Like Loreen and Nemo were the jury winners. So I get what they are saying. But I think that this year we have a lot of jury baits in the final as well. And we have also the televote baits in the final. So we have, like last year, you didn't have such a big jury bait as Nemo. Like you had only Nemo
Yeah,
last year, and 2 years ago you had only Sweden, maybe Israel at that time, but you had only Sweden. This year you have a lot of entries that could do good in the jury and a lot of entries that could do in the televote. So I think personally that it will be a balance, and this year probably we are gonna have a winner that doesn't even win the televote nor the jury. I personally think, I think that maybe Sweden is gonna win the televote. Is really probable that Sweden is gonna win the televote. Will it have enough support by the juries? Usually Sweden has the support by the juries just because it is Sweden. Sometimes it was like this, and also because it sent a lot of jury baits in the past. But this year, is it enough? If Kaj manages to have, like, I don't know, 250 votes like points in the televote, will the jury reward a song like this more than other countries? I don't know. On the other side, you have Austria, you have France, you have Switzerland that is constantly rising in the polls. Of course, being the host nation, it will struggle a little bit more than others. But this like, I think that tonight Switzerland was one of the highlights of the nights, even if it was at the end there was that little technical problem.
yeah. Small
It's
hiccup.
okay. It's okay. It always happens. Better now that people could not vote for Switzerland than in the final.
Exactly.
But I mean, do you know what I mean? Like last year and 2 years ago, since when we don't have the juries in the semifinals anymore, pretty much the final was completely full with televote winners, like televote baits. This year we have songs that can do really, really well in the juries as well. So it's really balanced, I would say. And
Hmm.
this is the problem with predicting a possible winner. You have songs that are really liked by the televote and songs that are really liked in by the jury. Both of them are in the final. These, for example, from tonight, I think only Belgium could be supported by the juries in the final, and Belgium didn't pass. But Ukraine passed. That could have some support by the jury as well. So it's really open.
I don't think that Belgium would have been a jury song, if I can be honest.
No, but
I
I
think
mean,
it will have like a
Okay, one thing,
this,
since there have been so many comments about Belgium, let's just
yeah.
address the elephant in the room. Before heading to the other qualifiers, we have just discussed Norway and Albania for a little bit, and now a lot about Sweden. So there are lots of comments about Belgium not qualifying, and I just wrote it down. Belgium has been sixth in the odds to pass the semifinal. They have been fifth by the end of winning overall. And now here we are, not even passing the top 10 within a semifinal of 15 countries. What happened? So first of all, it was one of my favorites, and usually one of my favorite songs don't qualify. So here we are. Second, it's a dance track, which I'm so into, but apparently it's not working for Eurovision, at least for some countries. Third, I think his vocals were amazing. I can't reach these notes. It was impressive. So it's not like, okay, he was flat or not hitting the notes or anything. Also, I think the staging was good. Maybe it was too red. It was too monotone. I don't know. I think first, and I think I've already seen a comment about that. First, Belgium has a problem about diaspora. They don't have neighbors. They just had Netherlands, and that's it. And that's probably not enough. First. Second, it's 100% televote, and I think it would have been closer, or at least, or maybe qualifying with juries. I think. That's why I'm really not a fan of this system right now, because it is beneficial to a few countries. And also automatic qualifiers can pick songs which are jury bait because they don't have to worry about being left behind in the semifinals. So I think honestly,
that's what Italy and France have been doing for about like 3 or 4 years. Yeah,
exactly. But in total, it's again Belgium being they are usually one of the favorites. I can. Like Musti last year, one of the favorites to win, not even qualifier. And also like, what was it again? This girl from 2018, Matter of Time, was one of the favorites to win, and they didn't even qualify. It wasn't even close. So there's something wrong about Belgium.
Belgium qualifies only with the songs that are predicted to not qualify, actually.
And speaking about Belgium, it's just like, neither Belgium or Cyprus qualified, and they had similar genres. And it was like maybe they canceled each other out, and only one of them would qualify. Neither of them did. So I'm really, really shocked by that. It's insane, honestly.
Yeah, like I am as shocked as you for Belgium this year. Absolutely, I was not shocked last year with Musti because the performance was not bad. Maybe some forgot because it's a year ago, but and otherwise, like I mean that's one of the biggest shocker, I guess, from this year's contest, honestly.
I think that it was the best production in semifinal 1.
Yes, absolutely. And in the arena, I went crazy, and I didn't like the song, and I was like, woohoo! So really, it's so good. So yeah.
And do you remember, guys, that when we discovered the lineup for their national selection, like Belgium skyrocketed in the odds because many journalists were saying that Sebastian could win Eurovision.
But we were all discussing this as well, and we were thinking stuff like, oh, maybe they won't win, etc. We were like very doubtful also in the group, but just because it was new and stuff. Also about what you said, Dominic, it's true the diaspora, the diaspora in Belgium, but I know there is some in Italy, in Switzerland we have a lot, like maybe France too. Like there is some like partnerships possible for Belgium in Europe, but I think that like it's what you said with Sweden. I think like it was 99% good, but for like normal people, the high notes I think were jarring, if I can be honest. Because honestly, it's very tense as high notes, so it's not at the liking to everybody. Like that's just like general taste stuff. Like, if you want to.
Honestly, I can say 100% for sure that people like the age of my mother in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and most of all from Southern Europe, they are not resonating with that kind of music
No,
at
it's too
all.
techno. It's too techno. It's too,
Techno
I don't
music,
know.
first of all, techno music usually like I speak for my country, but I can think like for other countries as well, maybe from the
Oh, but
Mediterranean
Italy has
Europe.
also good techno music,
Yeah,
for
of course, but
example,
this
also.
kind of techno is really northern Europe. And second of
Yes.
all, for many, I think, because I heard also this kind of opinions like this, the really high notes was disturbing, and it was not pleasing to hear. For many, it was like this. It was slick production. I think that the choreography and all the moves with the dancer, like doing the doppelganger stuff, was amazing. Like, it was a really good concept. Musti had a really good concept also last year. Usually Belgium does really good concepts on the Eurovision stage.
Yeah.
But
I
this,
like that they took risk, honestly. Like, it's shitty because it was not rewarded, but that's the game, I guess, because that's sometimes we forgot that this is like a real event and like you have stuff that is out of your control that happens all the
but
time.
I would like to ask Jess what was the reaction of Belgium not
Oh,
qualifying in Zjerm.
everybody loved it in the media center. This has been
Mm.
like a
I
huge,
remember yesterday.
like throughout the whole time the media center's been open, we were loving it. So many people were convinced it was going to qualify, me included. People were thinking it could even be like top 10 or left side in the final. So I don't know where it went wrong for Belgium. I have no idea.
I just think it is the kind of song that can either resonate a lot with a lot of people or not resonate at all. It's like really divisive song. Is that kind of song that even you love it so much or you kind of hate it. And for me, at the beginning, I hate that song. At the beginning, I could not even listen to it. But then with more listens and then also watching the performance tonight, and also watching the clip from the rehearsal, it was like my opinion changed. But I think that honestly, like, it's a really divisive kind of entry. So many people would love it, and if you love the song, you
Okay.
just vote for it. Nonetheless, not if even if the for example, I would assume many entries in Eurovision passed to the final, even if they had the worst ever performance or the worst ever concept on the stage, just because of the song. In this case, the concept and the song and the stage were great, but the song could not be, you know, the kind of entry that many people would like. Maybe in the bubble, in the Eurovision bubble, it was appreciated because we know the demographics inside the Eurovision bubble, and we know also the tastes of the Eurovision bubble. But the locals are completely different. Like, people that vote are completely different from the Eurovision bubble and the Eurovision fandom. So honestly, I was expecting also Albania to not qualify. For example, I had it in my
No,
mind. Maybe
no,
it
no,
would have been
no.
a shock for me for Albania to not qualify, because I thought that it was something in the Eurovision bubble. Thank God that it was not like this, because I would have killed myself. But
No.
in this case with Red Sebastian, I think it was a Eurovision bubble hallucination, and outside of it, many people did not resonate with the song. I think that is how it went, because
And
it's not
maybe also
possible. Like,
Belgium, like it was kind of a gay bait because most of the
exactly, that is what
Eurovision
I wanted to
fans
say.
are gay, let's face it. And they are totally into this kind of song, but
Okay.
in total of the audience, maybe 1%, and that's not a big audience for that. So maybe we just got a bit
That is what I
blurred.
wanted to say. Like, usually gay baits don't really have much support in
But it
the end of
depends.
Eurovision.
Sometimes they do.
Well, yeah,
I
it
mean,
depends. It depends.
yeah,
Like
like
Belgium
really.
2023, for
For
example.
example, yes.
Uh,
Very, very good. So maybe we just move on to another country who qualified, and with one of the biggest surprise, I would say, it was the first country in the running order. It was Iceland. They actually made it. I was not expecting that. Out of the group Portugal, San Marino, and Iceland, I was like, that's a
We did.
strange group. Turns out all of these three qualified. And yeah, Iceland. Were you expecting that? They were 12th in the odds, so they were not very likely to qualify, but in the end they did. So, Jess, what do you think?
I mean, as soon as I saw their first like full performance in the dress rehearsal, I just knew straight away they were going to qualify. It's so much fun on stage. It's like happiness and fun, and it's like up tempo. It gets people, like, it draws people in, and I think the two boys' vibe are so likable as well, and that comes across on stage. So for me, I'm not surprised in the televote-only semi that Iceland qualified.
I think the running order was in their favor because it was the first country in the first semi-final, and then usually everyone's hyped up like, yeah, Eurovision starts. The song is fine, it's average, but it's the first song. Let's vote for it, you know? I think that kind of plays into that. And also, like, they had neighbors, they had Sweden, they had Norway. So I think that plays along as well. And one thing I just noticed, not just for Iceland, but from the first half, like from number 1 to 8, 7 qualified, and from the second half, only 3 qualified, which has never happened before, I think. Only Slovenia struggled, and all the rest, from Iceland to Norway, everyone qualified from the first half. That's crazy, honestly. There's a theory, like usually it's like half, or maybe 4 from the first half and 6 from the second half. And now it's 7 to 3.
Yeah.
Crazy, honestly. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna do much in the final. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm very, very happy for them. And also
Honestly,
after last year with Hera Björk, I'm very happy that Iceland is back in the final. So
Yeah, I
it's
just
good
think
for
that
them.
I'm happy that Iceland is finally in the final again. Not really my style, my song, but I mean it has an audience. Like you see, in order to qualify for the Eurovision, when you are a borderline qualifying, because I think Iceland borderline qualified. It
9
was
or
in
10.
10th or 9th, I think.
Possibly. Very possibly.
I just think that when you are a borderline qualifier, or at least you have high risks of not qualifying, you should try to get to a specific target, to a specific audience. And in this case, I think in this case, Iceland targeted the right audience. So that I think those teenagers or like pre-teenagers that really like this kind of entries, but also those people that really like fun in general. They did this kind of Minecraft inspired performance that can really resonate with the young people, with younger people. And I think it resonated enough for them to pass to the final. It will be good in the final. It will have a really good spot. I think so. Like it enriches the final. Of course, it will be I don't know, the best performance and it will win. Of course not. I think it will struggle to arrive in the first 15 position, maybe bottom 5. I don't know, but I think that it can resonate with a target. And I'm really happy that Iceland is in the final. Last year, Iceland was one of my guilty pleasures, so I'm happy that this year they can redeem themselves and be in the final again.
So Voodoo Bacon is asking, could Iceland qualifying have an effect on voting in the final?
I don't think so. No.
I think it's gonna be like 20th. It gives me that kind of.
Well, I think like when you compare Iceland to Sweden, there is a clear winner. So
Yeah, probably. So
for the
next
televote,
country,
I mean.
yeah, next country which qualified out of the group, Estonia, Netherlands, and Azerbaijan, has been Netherlands, and we're all expecting that, even though we would consider that more leaning to a jury bait, but still it was pretty clear, I think, that it qualified. I really liked that performance because like the staging was slick and the camera were very tight, so it were very effective in my opinion. I think vocally he was good, and in the beginning I got goosebumps from it. I really, really liked that, and yeah, very, very happy about it. And also, no drama about Netherlands. Yes, just qualify.
Yes.
That's it. Love it. So,
Was it the second time that they showed Estonia this time, or was it the first time?
Yes, it was. They
It was the
actually showed
second?
him 3 times, and he qualified at the 3rd time.
On the third,
Yes.
on the second time when Netherlands qualified, I don't know. I convinced myself that Estonia didn't qualify, so I was really happy because I hate that song with all of my heart.
The thing is, I hate the system, but that's a different story. I hate the way
No.
they're showing that. It's ridiculous. But anyway, Jess, what was your reaction about the Netherlands? Because you
But
were
I
in
really
the
like the Netherlands.
arena.
Yeah, I mean, I expected the Netherlands to qualify. I never had any doubt that they would qualify. And I think the Netherlands seem to be quite popular here in the media centre, actually. It's got a lot of love over here. I thought this was probably Claude's best performance he's ever done. Vocally, he was the best tonight. And I really like the staging. I know some people are a bit critical of the staging, or they don't fully get it, or they don't fully like it. But I really like how
I really like it as well.
evolution from him alone to joining the dancers, the violinists, and then back at the mirror with his younger self type thing. I absolutely love it. I think it's beautiful. Well-deserved
And
qualification.
he has such a he's really charismatic and such a good vibe as well. Um, you can see his passion on stage. He was so happy, and in the end, he almost cried. It was really emotional. So I really like the performance. A really simple performance if you think about it. Like it doesn't have that wow factor that you can expect. Maybe at the end with the reflection of him younger when he was a child, but in general, really polished performance. I think that he can still get better with his vocals because I know that he can sing. We know all that he can sing. He was kind of popular last summer, all through Europe with his song, with his previous song. So we all know that he can sing well. I think he struggled a little bit at the end of the song this night. Also during the rehearsals, he struggled quite a lot. This night, as you were saying, I think it was his best take. I think, but I mean, it was a really I think it's a quality entry, even if the lyrics are a little bit quirky. Sometimes are really simple. It's okay. It's a really beautiful song, but I think it deserved to qualify. And I heard a lot of people that were really scared that it was not gonna qualify. But prob- I was almost sure that an entry like this in French could qualify. Like all the entries in French, I think they qualified until now. Yeah.
I think so.
Well, they are in the final, like France, Switzerland, and the Netherlands. Do I
Yeah,
miss
and
one? Ah,
Luxembourg is going to
Luxembourg,
be on
sure.
Thursday. We will see.
They were only two. There were
So,
only two automatic qualifiers anyway from the French
Yeah,
songs.
exactly.
yeah. So, Ibrahim, what do you think about the Netherlands?
I liked it. And I was like, I also had, it was like a roller coaster, my opinion about the staging, because seeing it in the arena and then seeing how it was on screen and stuff like this. So, so yeah, but yeah, I mean, bless you, Dominic. Yeah, I think Netherlands is like, it's gonna do well, I think, with the juries. But the staging, it's good. It's better than I found than expected, honestly. Yeah. But if you, for example, I love the moment where there is his younger self at the end. So hi, Andy, and
That's
yeah,
your answer. Yeah.
like I don't have many to say about the song, apart that it made me so emotional. Like I wrote today Jess to tell her, Jess, it made me so emotional. Like the third dress rehearsal, my gosh, he was so good. He sung it so well, and also during the live, like Duchess, you can be proud. Honestly, it's okay that it's a little bit disjointed in the middle when they pass from instrumental, from the dancer to the instrumental. I mean, it's okay. They're not here just to win, you know. They're also here to offer us a good musical moment.
Yes, I agree with that. So, next one. Out of Cyprus, Croatia, and Poland, we had Poland. And I mean, obviously, she slayed. I loved her. And that was my favorite performance of the night. I'm just going to tell you.
Me too.
I was so blown away by that. She was so good. Also, she had the female bonus because she was the only solo female act in that whole competition. And I mean, I wasn't worried at all, even though she was second in the running order. I mean, that was just perfection. Honestly, loved it. What was your reaction to that?
Well, I'm going to jump in here before I run off, but the Polish performance was huge tonight. I think there was no doubt about Justyna going through. Guys, I can see there's nearly 400 of you watching, so please come into the live chat and let us know what you thought of the results tonight and who your favourites are. Also for semi-final 2 on Thursday, and have your thoughts on who's going to win Eurovision this year changed. I think for me, hello, I can see you in the comment, Rich. Nice to meet you. You met me in Madrid. Oh, nice to meet you. I hope you're well. And yes, I'm here in Basel. But yeah, Poland, if Poland doesn't come top 10, I think Basel will explode because there's so much support here for Justyna. The staging, the best staging Poland have ever done. And I know there've been concerns about Polish staging, but they've got it bang on, and we know she's got a great team behind her here. So yeah, it wasn't a surprise for me with Poland going through. And yeah, the polls around Europe are she's a legend in Poland. So yeah, I can see a little miss. Spectre saying Poland was pure perfection. Now, when we spoke about Poland yesterday, there were a few minor technical issues. I think people were starting to get nervous, but that's what those dress rehearsals are for. It's to iron out those technical issues.
I think she struggled also tonight, no? With
for the win, Jakob.
Yeah.
Let's have
I
a
said
look.
yesterday Poland was a dark horse for the win. After the
Yeah, you
dress
said
rehearsal.
this. I do believe that. I don't think it will win either.
No.
I like Samuel. You're right.
Like,
But it's so outcome.
I get it was spectacular but for
It
me
was. It's so epic. That's the word. It's epic in every sense.
like for me it's an epic chaos. Like everything is chaotic, but in a good way.
Yes.
Guys, for me, like I like the song. It's okay. I think that the stage is really spectacular. Like her presence, like she's 50, more than 50, I don't know. And she's like,
She's 52.
like I was watching it with my partner, and it was like, isn't she 25? It's slick. Like,
how fit that woman is, Samuel. Like when you meet her in person.
But nobody beats my love. That is you, and you know, right? Nobody is as beautiful as you.
As who?
No one is.
Did you understand? I said nobody's as beautiful
as you. It gets a bit loud in here sometimes. So.
I said nobody is beautiful as you tonight.
Oh,
get a room.
That's so sweet.
No,
yeah,
but I mean, like
amazing.
it's a really big chaos. Like it's really chaotic, as only Poland can do. Like we saw all the stages that Poland did. This is the best one so far. I am a little bit preoccupied of those traps. Like she struggled even tonight. I could see that she was struggling to removing them.
Of
also
course,
tonight, that she had to rush. Yeah, I saw like she was like, help me. Like yesterday in rehearsals, everybody was like,
Jesse, you remember like in the arena, she has like to run some distance in that, so it's really funny.
Exactly. So for me, Poland is approved. I think it was. I'm not as optimistic as you guys. I think it's between 15th and 10th. If it can manage for me lower top 10, because I don't think many people are fan of those screaming. Just for me, it's my opinion. I love it. She's just an icon. So
I think it's a typical Eurovision song that does quite well.
I mean, this song would have won 100% in 2004, 2005. But right now, maybe just lower top 10. Like this is a stereotypical Eurovision performance from the 2000, you know?
I agree.
Which we love. I mean, come on. I think the jury is going to tank it, though. I have the feeling.
I think there is like a slight nostalgia as well.
Yeah, there is even the possibility that the juries will reward her because of the things that she does on stage. Like she sings impeccably, and then she is hanged from the ceiling and about like 3 meters high. But on the other hand, all those screaming and just,
but really it's in the witchy thematic, so I don't know, like of course it's a style of singing. I agree, it's not like my favorite style of singing, but I mean it's such in character, if you know what I mean. So that's why it works. And for me, I think like this is one of this song, like lots of people speak about Tommy Cash, like, oh yeah, but the storytelling is more important than the vocals in that song. Like, yeah, but I think that in something like Poland, you can apply this better. But she's got a great voice as well. It's just that it has to crack down, it has to be witchy, scary, etc. So I think that the juries are going to reward this quite well. But I never believed it's gonna win. It just that it can, by surprise, do a top 3, top 5. If the televote is higher
that is
enough.
the most positive
and
outcome.
Exactly, and if it's like quite in the second part, the end of the second part of the final, then I think like it can do the best scenario, but I don't feel it in my gut like you, Samuel.
Just another thing, like a question which appeared quite a few times already. Do you know if there's going to be a press conference with the qualifiers?
Yes.
No, I think there's only one after the second semifinal, isn't it?
No, there isn't any. Like after the semis, there is none. Just
Oh,
for
not
the
anymore.
winner.
Oh, okay.
No, I
Yeah.
think that the only
No,
thing
we
that
are.
should happen right
we
now is the pick of the half of the automatic qualifiers.
Exactly.
So in this case,
Exactly.
it will be Italy and Spain because Switzerland has already placed number 19, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Great place you picked.
But there is no semi-final qualifiers press conference
No, but I
anymore.
think that
That's
just
abolished.
Italy and Spain should pick their halves now. Like now.
Yeah, maybe they do this for all the acts later.
Yeah, so the running order will be out in the night of Thursday, morning of
Exactly.
Friday, after the second
Exactly.
semifinal for
It should
obvious
be
reasons.
morning or Friday. Last year, it arrived actually a little bit later, I think.
Yeah, which is sad though, because these press conferences were very entertaining, in my personal opinion.
We all know why they canceled them.
Yeah, and they changed quite a few things, and I'm not the biggest fan of.
We all
these.
know
Yeah.
why they canceled
But
them
here we
from
are.
what happened last year.
Anyway, 7 finalists out of Slovenia, Ukraine, and San Marino was actually San Marino, and actually I was screaming like, "What the hell happened?" Wow, that was a moment. That was cool. I'm always having a soft spot for San Marino, and I think we all agree on that. And I was
It's been
not
such
expecting-
a long time. Like, amen. Honestly, I was very
Yes.
happy.
I was very,
Yeah.
very happy about it.
I think we need that cheesiness for the final. Like, it's a guilty pleasure. I don't really enjoy it.
But
musically,
we all know that it passed only because Italy was voting, right?
Exactly.
I think it's the only.
I thought that exactly.
That's okay. The thing is, Rai Bailey is saying San Marino broke the DJ song, not making it, which is not true because in Norway, like 2017, that was a DJ song, and they qualified, and they came even then.
Yeah, he broke the code for the DJs.
But
Honestly.
like since 2017, it was the first DJ song.
Yeah.
Actually,
I understood it right now. Broke the code.
So Tutta l'Italia isn't blue, da-bit-dee. Yeah, that's the point of it.
Yeah, of course.
It's not blue, it's pink.
It's pink.
I have to
Exactly.
tell you something about
Sorry, sorry
Tutta l'Italia.
Sorry to jump in. I can't hear you. I can't hear people talking. But everyone in the live chat, we want to see your comments. Sorry, everyone watching, we want to see your comments in the live chat. Let us know what you thought of the show, who were your favourites, what do you think of the results. So make sure you take part in the live chat, and we will put up as many comments as we possibly can.
So the best result of San Marino has been 19th so far by
I just wanted to
a
say
guy
about
called
Tutta l'Italia.
Serhat. Jess, do you remember Serhat? Of course.
Serhat.
Of course, I could never forget my beloved Serhat.
Legend.
I just wanted to say about Dominic. I just wanted to say about Tutta l'Italia. Like when we were at the opening ceremony, like it was crazy how the folks went like completely mad. So that's the moment like I was like, let's doubtful about these chances because it was very international, you know. So like you feel the temperature somehow.
But it was like I was gagged because I was watching my semifinal and every single local friend of mine that never follows the Eurovision, I was just watching it on Rai 2, was like, what the fuck is going on in Eurovision? Why the jingle from Sanremo is in Eurovision?
Yes.
What is happening? So
and Sanremo is a little bit more popular than Eurovision, like in
a little
viewership.
bit, like it's 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, a lot. So yeah.
I agree with this comment saying that the graphics were a bit weird. It was cringy. I didn't like them. It was very distracting at the beginning.
God, the graphics are horrible. Like they
Yeah, get rid
are
of
AI
them, change
generated
it.
for sure. Like the David chewing gum is completely AI generated, and it blows
I
my mind.
died. I died. No, I
okay.
died honestly.
But usually, Jess, you have a spot for this kind of graphics. I know you.
Yeah.
You always have a spot for these graphics that completely are really horrible in my opinion. Like, because if you are
But
Italian,
we have different tastes. Yeah.
if you are Italian, you watch this and you say, "Oh, of course, this is of completely all the stereotypes of my country put in one performance."
I
Because
told it the other day.
it was the David chewing gum, and then you had the Trevi fountain, and it was just that you put Rome and you were performing, I don't know, in a cheap copy as of Rome in Basel. it was for me the performance of San Marino was
I
horrible.
died.
But
I died. I told you, Jesse.
I am really happy that it passed because I was gagged when they announced that San Marino was passing. I was like, it's not possible. It is all a joke that we have a song that was just the jingle of Sanremo in Eurovision and just a song that represents Italy, but is also the representative of San Marino. Because you don't know, guys, like in here in Italy, when we talk about San Marino, we talk about them like people that are faking being foreigners, like they are Italians with a different passport, you know. So usually all the time you say, you go to San Marino, you just go there to evade taxes, to pay less for the things, you just go there, right? And in here, having a song that speaks about Italy, representing another country, and then qualifying for the final, being the jingle from Sanremo is just hilarious for us.
It's so
Somebody
hilarious. It's just so
it's
hilarious.
the most Italian. This year is the most Italian year and the most French year ever. We have a lot of songs
Thanks,
representing
thanks
Italians
Switzerland.
there.
Honestly, like thank you
It's
Switzerland. It's a Swiss effect. That's true because we have those languages. So, but no, like joke apart, like I appreciate that effort from the broadcaster because that has always been like important in Switzerland and people in Ticino, of course, they feel about Italian also somehow like they go all the time here. So we have that strong connection and it shows as well also like in the city you really feel this like you have a lot of Croatian diaspora in Switzerland, of course Italian are the number one here, but also Germans, a lot of Germans lives here, lots of, just the neighboring countries first, but then the Balkans, Albanians, we have a huge Albanian diaspora. So I won't be shocked like if they're I'm not sure like they won maybe the Swiss televote, for example. That's we'll know someday. But yeah, I'm sure it did like an excellent result because at least for just Switzerland, we are just one country anyway voting. So yeah, so that's really great
But
to
yeah,
see.
just gag the San Marino qualifying for the first time in a long time, and with this song.
Last
Like
one was
never.
with
And
Adrenalina in 2021.
yeah, and those cliche you talked about, I mean, we were talking about it right away after seeing it, and
I'll be back.
it's all yeah, it's also the same for me. Like I was so gasping,
It was
I was
gagged.
dying inside because like I really basically told, as you said, like, oh my God, like that's like what is they really took like a Pinterest list of what is the most yeah, like the
Italian
most
thing.
Italian thing that comes on TikTok or stuff like this. So we don't hear you. Mic is off.
Sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt. We're going to take over. Stay with us, boys, but we're just going to change the layout because we've got some of the artists coming in. We're hoping to get some of them on the live stream. So Jess is going
All
to
right,
Jess is going to
go,
take
go, go!
control.
Come on.
Jess is going to take control of the live now. Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
No problem.
Sorry, Jess is going to take control of the live now. So I will hand over to Jess. And hopefully we will be able to get, or at least a few of this year's artists on. I don't know how to move that over, Jess, on screen. Anyway, I'll let you sort that out. We'll be back shortly.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, what have I done?
Dominic is really big right now.
I'm way too big right now.
Who are
Yeah.
you bringing?
I'm trying to. Oh, there we
Almost
go.
offensive. No, it's better.
Oh, right now, yeah, right now it's good. Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh my
So we're
God.
just walking around the media center. We've had some artists here. We had Justina here before. There was lots of people chanting Justina, lots of people singing the long high note in Gaia. So we're just moving here now. We might get some artists coming through, but we also might not. So maybe let's, Dominic, let's carry on.
Yes, the next
talking.
qualifier we'll talk about is Estonia, which was expected. It was a televote semifinal. It was one of the favorites to qualify, and he did. And I see why it's not my kind of song whatsoever. But the performance was entertaining, I have to agree. And this idea about the stage invader was funny. So I was laughing about that. It was slick. Vocally, it's not a demanding song, but still, I think it was pretty flat. So a bit sad about that. But in total, like, always happy for Estonia because they tend to struggle a few times. And I think Eurovision maybe needs these kind of songs in the finals. So in terms of the entertaining factor, this type of thing, I am happy about it being in the final. But personally, it wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I will be
Honestly,
much,
if I could,
much more.
if I just say
I
Samuel,
will,
no
no,
problem.
I will be much more brutal than you, Dominic, here. I have to say that I am really tired of this kind of songs in the Eurovision Song Contest. That's enough. We had our moment of really televote friendly song with this quirky attitude, and I think that at least in my opinion, I am saturated by this kind of entries. Karia was new, and it was different, and it was something beautiful. It was something that we needed in the Eurovision.
But don't try replicate it
But
non-stop.
but that's it. That's like this song, this performance, and this artist. For me, they are just cringe. Like really, really cringe.
Yeah,
Like I cringed
yeah.
all those 3 minutes that I watched that performance. I was cringing. Like for real. Like
Unfortunately, I really share what Samuel says.
Yeah, also, like, I was asking Samuel, as an Italian, do you think it's offensive?
for me, it's not. For me, it's not offensive at all. Like they are all stereotypes. He's not even singing in Italian. Like he's gibberish, and he's
Yeah.
saying some phrases or like.
And it's nothing new, honestly. It's even not new.
No,
Like
I mean,
we're
I think
used
it's
to those kind.
the thing that for me is the most annoying is um that he as a person I cannot stand him. Like he's so self and like is I get maybe he's just a character, a personality that he
I think he's a
constructed.
kind guy, though.
He's a
You know.
character. I think
Is
he's
it
a
like a
kind of he's a kind of
Sylvia Knight thing?
Yeah,
no,
I
I
think
think
he's a kind
he's
guy,
a kind
Samuel.
person in a private, but in the public is really, really like a character that I
No,
don't recognize, like something that I don't
it's an
really get.
act. It's an
I
act,
mean,
you know.
With Just Klein, the song was catchy. At least the song was catchy. The performance for me, it was tremendous, horrible, one of the worst thing I ever saw, in my opinion. Of course, it's just my opinion. Maybe I'm a little bit more brutal with that. But for me, it was not. I could not see that performance. Like the song was great. I sing it all the time in my head. But with this, what is it? What is it good about this? Like
You know,
honestly,
for example, my boyfriend that is not like really into Eurovision, he really enjoyed it. Like not the voice, of course. He
of
also thought
course.
the voice was
Of course,
like not
the
his thing.
locals are gonna devour it, like they are gonna eat this.
Unfortunately,
But what is it? What does this bring to the contest? You know,
nothing. Musically, nothing, honestly. And
this is
that's
the only
also something I
preoccupation that I
felt.
have. This is the only preoccupation that I have because, okay, it can be fun, but after one time that you listen to it, is already not fun anymore. Like for me, it's not. As I was saying before, as an Italian, it's not that. For me it doesn't touch myself personally. Many people in Italy are like blown away from this song because of oh mamma mia, Italy mentioned, okay.
Did you saw
uh,
the Nonna Dostuni with
yeah, a
the
lot of like there is a fan
it's
club of,
sweet.
of Italian grandmas from Apulia that wanted to
Yeah,
go for
I
Tommy
saw.
Cash there.
I saw.
uh, but I'm sure that the first two spots in Italian televote were either Estonia and San Marino. I don't know which positions, but they were those two. I'm sure.
I think it was San Marino.
I think it was San Marino probably.
Mm.
Yeah, but Estonia would have been there because Tommy Cash has been doing like literally propaganda in Italy to
Yes,
like he even opened a pop-up store in Milan to
I
just
know.
sell coffee, and he was there selling coffee, selling
But
espresso
you
to
know,
people.
that's like perfect camp. That's very smart
It's
marketing.
impressive, of course, but I think that this is just like in my like, I have some friends. We have a group chat about the Eurovision, and everybody there are.
I think that
following
Tommy is
Eurovision.
like a genius of communication more
Mhm.
than anything else. But he's also an artist. He has a, like really like a plastic art and like just doing some installation shit background. So yeah. But it's funny because he brought something that was quite low in art, in my opinion. But he's a fun guy. Like he also play like the fun friend, like always jiggly and jokey and stuff. So I
And
think
regarding
people
his
people
participation
are
in,
people have also lots of tension in their lives. So that's also because of inflation, because of Trump, because of all of this, Putin, the wars, etc. So you need like an escape, and that's like the perfect escape for most of the people that like are not into good vocals and stuff like this. I am not from that kind of people. For me, Eurovision is also about the music first. So yeah, but I get that there is many opinions in Eurovision.
I mean, in general, I'm happy that there are some kind of or entries which are not too serious. But for me, it's just not my kind of taste, And I was fully into Cha Cha Cha. I love that, and also
Yeah.
other fun songs. But this is just not my kind of humor. But I think
I was
like,
completely in love of Florin, but like, I mean, it was so good, Carrie, as well. And what it's like Samuela said earlier, like, why do they keep recycling all the time? This like they try to replicate their success, some nations. We
yeah, but I
understand
think
it.
it's successful to a certain degree because they qualify.
Yeah, but I mean, like in music, there are many ways to maybe not try to recreate this, but like try to go beyond and give us something fresh as well. And I don't mean it's laziness. That's of course no laziness, but yeah, just I don't know. That's just a general
I mean,
impression anyway.
the problem with this kind of songs, that it's everything originated when the Eurovision switched from televote and jury
I
to
was just about to say,
semifinals.
because we're just
So
asking Estonia is why we need Jews in the semifinals again. Do you agree with that? I agree.
I 100% agree.
I am from the one that wants the jury back in the
Yeah,
semis.
me
Yeah.
too.
Me
I
too.
love popular vote, but like I want a balance.
No,
Like I do
no.
believe that.
For me, with juries usually are the ones with like that they vote best for me.
Yeah,
Of
me
course,
too. Exactly.
televote is sovereign. Televote is
No,
sovereign.
like honestly, I
But
get sometimes mad with what's the
no, no. I
not
understand
like the
what you
last
mean.
years, but yeah.
But
I
I
mean,
come
not
from like as a heavily fan and watcher of Sanremo. Many times I'm more in line with the juries,
what
and
I mean is that
sometimes the juries can fix what is not
Thank
possible,
you.
because if you give
yeah,
too
they
much
give
power.
this balance, they like balance like the weight of the televote in a way that like weights artistic merit in it. So that's why it's so good that they are here. So yeah, it's pretty much what Samuel thinks as well, or Dominic. So
Yeah, Jess, what's your opinion? Can you talk about it right now?
I think I pretty much agree with everything that's been said, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't really have
fair.
anything more to add.
So maybe we
But
should
one
move
thing
on
I do
because
want
there
to
was, yeah?
One thing I do just want to say, I see 430 of you watching. Thank you so much for watching us and tuning in. But please don't forget to subscribe and join the live chat. Because
Actually, I can hear Jess talking about subscribing. Please do subscribe, guys, because literally within the past 5 minutes, we just hit 28,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. Those of you that haven't subscribed, why not? Subscribe now. We want to talk to you guys in the live chat, so make sure you join.
yes, what Andy said.
We love you.
Hi, Maria. Actually, there are people asking for you, so good to see you here.
Maria.
Asking for you.
Yeah, sorry, I was busy with Justyna Steczkowska.
Oh,
By the way,
Stiller.
congratulations.
Maria
that you
Stiller for
qualified.
us, please. Still Justina for us. Like put her in a a locker, and then we just keep her for us. Like
She's going to
please.
sleep now, she said. She's tired and she's going to sleep. And the queens needs to have beauty sleep. Hello.
Yes, exactly. I was gonna say it's a beauty sleep as well.
Bye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
But yes,
Very
we
nice.
wouldn't have reached 28,000 without all of you guys. So thank you so much for helping us with that. And we hope to continue to grow even bigger and even better as the years go on. So thank you. Anyway,
Very
back
good.
to you, Dom.
Yes, because the next finalist was last in the semi-odds. I checked it. It was 15% of qualifying, and here we are. And also there were quite a lot of comments about it. It's Portugal. That was a shock. For me, it
I'm
was
so
a dead
happy.
non-qualifier. I wasn't
I
expecting.
am so happy for that, by the way.
I'm really
because
happy.
The
I'm
song
happy for
touched
Portugal
me.
in general, but I wasn't expecting that. Really,
No,
really surprising for
I
me.
think that it seems like some music lovers really voted for this. That's the only explanation I see.
I mean, I guess, you know, even though Portugal didn't have the best running order because they came right after Poland and
After Sweden,
and before Belgium, I think it was, not Norway. And so they were kind of wedged between two like big pop songs, which you might think they would get a bit forgotten or a bit drowned out. But then on the other side of things, there's a possibility that then their song would be a nice like palate cleanser, because it's very different from what's around them, which is more up tempo. So I think that potentially helped them to qualify because there wasn't much of this type of song in the semi-final.
Yeah, I fully agree with you, Jesse. That's why people needed something like to let the steam out, like basically. Yeah.
I can also see like the older demographics voting for this. And maybe they are voting more frequently than younger ones, because songs which typically would go into the younger ones, like Belgium or Cyprus, they didn't make it. And this kind of song, this calm song in the native language in Portuguese qualified.
Well,
So
I almost forgot that Cyprus did not make it. Oh my God.
I didn't, because that was also one of my favorites. So this night is painful, but here we are. And also because
Cyprus is what, for me, it's my personal most painful of the evening, because it was really good in every sense.
Yeah, and it was different, I think. I liked it. But anyway.
Like they are punished for the only time they send a male singer. Why?
Yeah, they shouldn't. Obviously.
Yeah. Cyprus send a man again. It's okay. You don't have to always send women. You may change.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Apparently not. The thing about Portugal is they had neighbor support, like diaspora support, because like Spain was voting, and I also think Italy and Switzerland usually tend to vote for Portugal a bit, so maybe that was a reason. And also because it was
we have a huge Portuguese diaspora in Switzerland, huge.
Yes, usually it's always like
speaking part
something for
Luxembourg could not vote. They have the biggest Portuguese diaspora ever. They could not vote either.
Yes,
still they made it. And the thing is, maybe it was so different and so calm that one of these songs made it through. Like Slovenia didn't as a ballad, and Portugal did.
I think there is space for this in the final.
Apparently there is.
But like you know, like the countries from Eurovision this year that were not performing in this semi-final, could they vote as part of rest of the world?
Yes.
Yes. I tried already to vote like for second semi-final also last year, so I discovered the answer. Like,
yes, you can vote as rest of the world.
Oh,
it cost a lot.
Oh, maybe this rest of the world thing is also beneficial for Portugal and Spain.
I have a question for you guys.
South America is leaning towards these, maybe because of the language.
I have a question for you guys. Do you think like that Europe is like more in a like, let's party stand, or they are more like in a very emotional stand?
You know what? I can resonate with that, because it's also what usually Alicia Michelle says, that 1 year is one and 1 year is the other way. I think that this year is really mixed feelings. Like this year, I think that the idea of partying, we had it for like 3 years in a row, but last year it was something jury friendly one.
Yeah, but it was also about celebration and self-discovery. So yeah, absolutely.
I think that we're really in the middle this year. Like I mean, guys, we have really a lot of up-tempo songs this year, like a lot. The majority of them are really up-tempo. We need ballads or slower songs, And there are like
Thank God France, thank God Switzerland. Like I'm
Switzerland.
very happy that they are.
No. I mean, this year we have more up-tempo songs than usual, and the fact that Portugal qualified, maybe it's like a ringing bell. Like people don't just
That's
want
why
to
I
party.
asked
Like
actually.
people would like also really like
That's
musical
what I
songs. Like,
asked. That's why I asked, because I was like, wait, what can be the reason Portugal is in? You know, so yeah, it's pretty
also, my
similar.
argument on the other side can also divide. Like you're
Just
gonna
one
say,
thing
There
to
is no
say,
press conference,
there's
Lindsay.
not going to be one.
also
So
my argument
we'll
can
wait
be
for
also
that.
eliminate.
Yeah. So I don't honestly. I think it's gonna be like mid-table. I don't see it that high with the overall
No.
results.
I think
But
I
again,
think
Portugal should be happy
honestly,
that they advanced.
I can see
Yeah,
Portugal. I can see Portugal in the bottom five.
yeah, I see
Yeah.
that too.
I see it
I think
now
Absolutely.
with the jury support they have right now. I think there's gonna be a few,
But it passed from the semifinals. So yeah.
maybe
Yeah, but
like
you know, I don't think that they will have mass jury appeal. They will get some, but not that much.
It
yeah.
was the last qualifier. No, it was
Ukraine
Ukraine.
was the last qualifier.
Ukraine.
I just wanted to tell you. So we had Slovenia, Belgium, Azerbaijan, Croatia, Cyprus, and Ukraine left on the table. And my fingers were crossed. I was like, Belgium, maybe Cyprus, Belgium. And then it was like, Ukraine, you stick to your 100% qualification. And personally, surprisingly, because I think the song, not for me at all. And I thought this is the year Ukraine is losing this 100% qualification streak. Honestly,
No, it's impossible.
honestly,
Yeah,
that's
it's impossible
nothing for
because
me.
It's impossible.
with the diaspora.
It's impossible. Too much diaspora. It's the biggest diaspora in Europe. Like it's
Actually,
impossible
yes.
for Ukraine to not qualify
Exactly.
in a televote only semifinal. It's impossible. I just think that it was like I was 100% sure that Ukraine was gonna qualify, and the fact that they kept it last made me doubt about it. I was like, how is it possible that Belgium is not qualifying? Are we serious? So I was like, maybe it's Ukraine that doesn't pass in the end, but I was sure that Ukraine was gonna pass. You know what? Because every single time Ukraine does it good. Like, of course,
But deservedly, I think Ukraine is a powerhouse for a reason, honestly. So no,
of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Like
I
musically
think that
speaking,
we
it's
are
nothing
witnessing
bad.
personally, and this is really heartbreaking for me to say because of my citizenship. I think that Ukraine and Italy are passing a period of a little bit of a downgrade from their powerhouse thing. And we are seeing the rise of two different powerhouses that are France and Switzerland, that are rising right now. Of course, I'm not saying this like it's my opinion. I also have some friends that are saying the same, like because of what Sanremo is becoming right now with the new artistic direction, but also Ukraine, what we saw last year and this year, this downgrade that they had. I think that we are going towards a period of time in which Ukraine and Italy might pass, in a second, like not like falling out of graces, but they are actually stepping a little bit back. You saw the results last year. Like, of course, Ukraine was good, but Italy came seventh. So Italy's like was fourth before, then now seventh. This year is like divisive. So I think that we are witnessing a sort of thing like that in which new countries are actually rising as real powerhouses because they would like it. I
But
can
it's
see
good.
why
It's good for the
France wants
contest,
to
you
win
know.
so
changing
bad.
things up. I like that. And do you think they still have the sympathy vote? Because like Ukraine, as we all know, is still in a war.
I think to some extent.
No, I don't think so. I
so
think
too.
they get slightly always, but not that much.
What?
You know.
Can you repeat? I didn't understand.
No, I don't think that they get that.
But what? I didn't understand the question.
So does Ukraine still get sympathy votes in Eurovision?
No, I don't think so. A minimum, yeah.
I think they do,
Well,
but
I
not
think
as
I
much
do.
as
I think it's not that they are forgotten. It's not that they are forgotten, but it's like the war is not that fresh in the mind of people. Not the Ukrainian one, at least. So yeah. But let's not go that much into politics, guys. Like honestly,
But I think that 2022 they won for that. Personally, I think it was the reason. But this year or last year, I don't think so. Like last year, it was magic. Like last year, Ukraine should have won, in my opinion. Like it was a contender for the win. This
I'm
year,
moving again. Okay.
it's all right. This year, I just think that Ukraine is unbeatable in a semifinal in which there is just televote because they have so many people around Europe, first of all, and also because it's Ukraine. So many people will
But you know what I do
resonate with
think?
Ukraine.
You know what I do think? I think that for the final, yes, they got to the final now, but I don't think like they are going to get a huge televote.
No, I predict Ukraine.
Because the diaspora like wanted them in the final, I guess, but they are.
I think
I
that
don't
this
think
will
they will
be
push for
most
victory.
probably Ukraine's worst result in a long time.
Very possibly.
I predict like maximum top 15, maybe between 15 and 10. But I do not think a top 10 is possible this year. And it's all right. Like guys, I mean,
just once.
Ukraine has been fantastic for years, like many other countries.
Give them a break.
It's normal. It's just normal. It's like
I'm
cycles.
always thinking like if this song from this Ukrainian entry would have been represented by Latvia, for example,
it would have been NQ for sure.
See? So maybe that says something about the quality of the song, personally.
But it's not the quality usually. Like, for example, I think that Latvia is going to non-qualify also this year, but the song is amazing. So the thing is that there are some patterns in Eurovision that we have to take into consideration. Usually we are always saying, oh, okay, Eurovision is a song contest, so we should evaluate the song. But of course, it's also the country. So there are some countries that struggle more, and it's normal. Like, it's as we were saying, Dominic, before, like countries border other countries, first of all, and countries have a different size of the population and different influence. So of course it's normal for many countries to be more relevant on the Eurovision stage. Nonetheless, and not regarding the song, Ukraine is a for example, is an example. Sweden is another example. I remember in 2000, what was it? 2021. It was the black guy. I don't remember. Voices. It was 2021. It was Voices. Sweden, for example. No, it was. Many people were saying, "Oh, maybe this is the year in which Sweden NQs." I never believed it. But in that case, for example, Sweden didn't achieve a really brilliant result, even if it was in the final. So we have this kind of double standards in Eurovision, and I think they are normal because some countries have more influence than another for many different reasons. And in this case, if this song passed to the final, is also because it's Ukraine. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. And maybe we should.
How are you? I can't see you.
Where I am. Hello. Hi.
Guys, I think I will have to wrap up soon because it's nearly 10 to 1 and the media centre closes at 1. So
we were hoping to leave Jess here actually. We're thinking she might get locked in, but
don't listen to annoying Andy.
Jessie.
Shade.
Love you guys.
I was just about to ask like a question, if you could swap one country, like a qualifier with a non-qualifier, which would it be?
I mean, I wanted Belgium in the final so badly, man. Like,
me too.
I don't know who I would like get rid of because I think they're all deserving of qualifying, and I feel bad for getting rid of them. If I was to get rid of one based on my personal taste, it would either be Portugal or Ukraine because I'm not the biggest fan of the songs, generally speaking. But yeah, I just want Belgium in the final, and it's not going to happen. But anyway, guys, I have to love you and leave you now so I can get ready to leave. But you will see me tomorrow on a live stream at some point in the afternoon.
With me.
Because we have dress rehearsal for semi-final 2. Woohoo!
Yay! Yeah, and we're going to wrap it up very soon as well. So
yeah, guys, go to bed, get some sleep. There's been lots of excitement. Yeah, so Yeah, we love you guys. Again, to those of you that have been with us on this journey for many, many years, thank you so much, because we hit 28,000 subscribers and we love you for it. Why am I singing?
Because you're happy.
I'm delirious. That's what it is.
But anyway, guys, I am going to leave you now. Love you.
Bye.
And I'll see you later today.
Bye.
And guys,
Bye.
go to
Yeah.
Maybe let's switch to this format again. Here we go. I personally would switch Belgium, so Belgium in, and then Ukraine out, or Estonia
Guys, I will
out.
also let you. Guys, I will also let you, because I have to take the train for being in the press center tomorrow. So.
Oh, lucky you. Okay.
Yeah, but
Bye.
it's also
Yeah, just
very,
some final remarks, and I think we can close.
Yes, again,
Yeah.
yes. I just wanted to make a few short mentions about the automatic qualifiers: Spain, Italy, Switzerland. That's the only thing I would have to mention. So, did you like the performances? And do you think they should, they are already automatic qualifier, but do you think they would have qualified in this semi-final if they needed to qualify?
Yes, for all
All of
them.
these?
Yes, all of them. Yeah.
I think Spain would have struggled.
Mm.
I think Italy would have
maybe
qualified.
slightly borderline. Yeah.
Yeah, and Switzerland, even though they had struggles, because by the end there was a frozen screen for a few seconds. But I really loved that staging. It was so intimate. It was so different. It was so interesting. So that really was captivating. I love that.
You mean Switzerland, right?
Yes, that was so cool and innovative.
Yeah, I was so touched. Honestly, I did not expect it. It's funny because when it comes to Switzerland, I'm cautiously preparing myself not to like it in advance, and then it comes and I'm like, I just loved it really. But did I love Italy? I was very, I don't know, it touched a chord tonight with me, and that's why I do believe the jury will give Italy some love. Honestly.
Honestly, we're talking about my country and my winner, that is Switzerland. Switzerland was, I exactly predicted the staging. I knew that they would do something like this.
You really felt this as staging?
Yeah.
Wow, Samuele.
I was sure that they were doing something like this from the music video.
Yeah, wow.
And actually, I would not be surprised if this pull out a surprise win. It's really difficult because, of course, of the host nation is almost impossible. But it's the real. I think that if we have to describe a country,
I think there is the scenario where it wins. It's like if Europe wants some, I don't know, like a hug or something warm, they're going to vote for this.
No, I mean,
if they don't.
I think that the Switzerland is the real dark horse of this edition. That's it. And regarding Italy, I would never have sent this song to Eurovision if it was for me. I think it's a cute song. I think it's a beautiful message, but I would have never sent something like this to the Eurovision Song Contest. And I have to say that I was a little bit scared when they announced it as, our representative.
Me too.
Because I was I didn't know how Rai would have approached a proposition like this. And I think they did an amazing job. The song needed to be staged like this. It looks like being in Sanremo. So I really like how they staged the song. I really like the simplicity. I love the harmonica. Honestly, it's such a cool touch, and it's the first. I think it's the first musical instrument played live in Eurovision since 20 years. In about 20 years.
Something like
so
this.
It's just amazing, and I really like that they put the subtitles. They fit the song well. They do not. I think they do not. Of course, I'm Italian, so I know what is singing.
Yeah.
But I think that they do not draw too much attention away from the performance. You can catch the eye a little bit and then watch the performance as well. But I think that what Lucio wanted is actually for the people to understand the song.
Which they did, I guess.
And I think they did it beautifully. And I think many people will actually be quietly, positively surprised by my country.
Mhm.
I'm seeing many
follow
people
that.
saying it will probably be the worst result of Italy in many years. Maybe it
Maybe.
possible, but I do not
I'm not
rule
too
out.
negative about it, honestly. I'm not
I
too
do not
negative.
rule out. I do not rule out the top 10. Honestly,
Yeah,
if I have
it's
to be honest.
it's possible with the right push. Like we saw Portugal qualifying, so why not Italy landing in the top 10? Honestly.
Mhm. And I think the Italian song is more accessible than the Portuguese one, for example, or many other slower songs.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you have the grand ballads that are different, but this is a more intimate, more raw, more authentic kind of ballad that, and I think that it has its own
For
audience.
so for example, for me, the lyrics are very poetical. I mean, it's classic Italy does its best poetic stuff, like in if you take like the literary aspect of it. So I don't know, like it's
Oh,
I
and
think
I have actually a news about Italy for the odds. Italy dropped in
move.
the Eurovision top 10 market from 4.8 to 2.42. So it's a half dropped. So it
Uh,
means that it went higher, like
yeah,
in the top 10. So
yeah, I have also looked this.
people think that it will end up in the top 10. And I also saw that Italy and Switzerland were the ones that had the highest climb in the odds for winning.
Yeah, Switzerland is
Uh,
7 right now. It's crazy.
um,
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so they draw. I think it is the moment Spain draw first half,
Mm-hmm.
and Italy were still waiting, but Spain draw first half,
Mm-hmm.
and Italy producer's choice.
Ah, I forgot about that. Oh, hate it.
Oh,
Hated
yeah.
it. Wait.
Why?
Oh, honestly,
Why?
Gregory incoming. I hate it. But anyway,
Me
I'm
too.
let's
But
be
it's really
honest.
bad for Spain, huh? For
Yeah,
Spain,
Hmm.
it's
they're
bad.
gonna be like second or third
Yeah,
in the running order, I think, or fourth maybe. I feel that. Yeah.
yeah. In the city there were lots of Spaniard, but we have also lots of Spaniard in
But
Switzerland.
it's normal for Eurovision usually.
Yeah.
But also being in the first half is usually like many winners were from the first half actually. If you think about it, for example, I think Duncan Lawrence was 11th or 12th.
He was
And
first
many,
half. He was late
yeah,
in the first half.
usually when you are late in the first half, around not around the middle, but around like the places from 9th to 12 are really good spots usually. Of course, the best ones are like 18, 19, 20th, but also those places between 8th, 9th, mostly 9th to 12th are not bad spots either. I remember Marco Mengoni sang in 11th and he was 4th, and many other people
Yeah,
sang in those places and they were high,
yeah,
like Spain as well. Spain, I think Spain 2022 and also Italy 2022 were the like 6th, 7th, 8th in those places. It was not bad. So it counts like if you are in the first five, yeah, it's a little bit bad.
Yeah,
mm,
true. Anyway, so honestly, it's almost 1 a.m. and I'm tired. So
Yeah, I
I
have to
think
do a
we
lot of
went for
things.
1.5 hours almost. So I think we pretty much
I
covered
have to do
everything.
1 hour and a half of train every day,
Yeah,
so
have fun
twice
with
a
that.
day.
So honestly, Sabrina, Ibrahim, thank you so much for this live stream. It was a pleasure, and even though it was spontaneous, it was a really pleasure. Thank you all for watching this video, and if you liked it, and if you're still awake, give us a thumbs up and a subscription. Thank you, everyone, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.